Hello children, let us continue with Tenali meets Babur. In the previous video, I told you when Babur was unsuccessful to make the courtiers as well as the king laugh, he decided to make a beautiful and intelligent plan. What was the plan? We will see now. Before the explanation, we will see the meanings of the words. Accompany. Accompany means to go together. May I accompany you? Disguised. Disguised means to change your appearance. The thief disguised himself as an old lady. Survey. Survey means to look carefully. He ordered them to survey the population growth in the village. Approach. Approach means to come near. Don't approach the dog. It may bite. Appear. To seem. Sunita appears to be wise. Admiringly, like or respect. He glanced admiringly at the design. Consideration. Consideration means an act of thinking. Submit this plan for your consideration. Reaps a rich harvest means brings great reward. The farmers reaped a rich harvest this year. Deserve. To earn something either good or bad. Anil deserves a reward. Pithy utterance. Short saying with full of meaning. Late Latif. Corona days. Next one is glance. Glance means to look quickly at something. Have a glance at what I have drawn. Burst. Burst means to break open suddenly and violently. The child wept because the balloon burst in his hand. Triumph. A great success. Truth always triumphs. Now we will move to the lesson. So concentrate on my reading, children. Babur was in the habit of going for a ride on his horse every morning. In these lines we come to know the great emperor Babur had a habit of going horse ride every morning. He would be accompanied by two of his ministers. So, with whom did Babur go for a ride every morning? With two of his ministers. The minister's job was to carry pouches of gold coins to distribute to the poor on the instruction of the king. So, what was the minister's job? Minister's job was not only guiding the king but used to carry the pouches of gold coins and distribute among the poor whenever the king instructed to do so. One day, Tenali disguised himself. So, who disguised himself? Tenali disguised himself as an old laborer with a spade on his shoulder and a mango sapling in his hand. So, how Tenali disguised himself? He disguised himself as an old laborer with a spade on his shoulder and a mango sapling in his hand. Having surveyed Babur's route closely, Tenali found a spot by the Yamuna where he knew Babur would see him. When Tenali spotted Babur approaching, he began to dig the ground. So, Tenali, having surveyed Babur's route means Babur's path. Tenali made a study that particular place from where to where Babur was going for a horse riding every morning, and he found the Babur was approaching that particular place. When he saw Babur, he started digging the ground. Babur was surprised to see an old man with a white beard planting a mango sapling. He couldn't help asking. So, while Babur was moving that particular place, he saw an old man with a white beard planting a mango sapling without anybody's help. Bade Miya, what are you doing? So he asked, Bade Miya. Who is Bade Miya here? Tenali Raman. Jahapana, I am planting a mango sapling, replied Tenali Raman. Tenali Raman replied to the king, I am planting a mango sapling. But Bade Miya, Babur said, you appear quite old. Even if this sapling takes root, grows and bears fruit, what would you gain? Surely you won't be alive. Babur asked one more question to the old man. He said, you are looking quite old, means you are a very aged person. So, in this age, why are you planting a mango sapling? He asked, because when it grows and bears fruit, till that I surely tell you, you won't alive. Maybe you will die. I am not planting it for my own sake, Jahanpana, but for others. I enjoyed the fruits of the trees planted by my father, and now this tree will bear fruit for those who live after me. So he said, I am not planting this tree for my own sake, means he has not planting that mango sapling for his own need or for his own sake. He was planting that one coming generation, because he already enjoyed many fruits, those which his father, forefather or grandfather plant. So now he was planting that sapling for the coming generation. That will be my reward. So he said, if my coming generation eat those fruits, means that will be my reward. I like your idea. Babur responded admiringly. So Babur liked Tenali's, means that old man's idea. You are a kind man who cares for others. He said, you are a kind man, one who cares others. Take these coins and plant more trees. The emperor asked his minister to give the old man a pouch containing gold coins. So the Babur asked one of the ministers to give him one of the gold coin back. And with that coins you plant more and more trees. Accepting the gold, the old man bowed gratefully and said, May God grant the emperor a long life. Accepting means receiving the gold coin from Babur. The old man bowed gratefully and said, May God grant the emperor a long life. You see, normally people get fruit many years after planting a tree, but I got it immediately. It shows that consideration for others definitely reaps a rich harvest. Means here, normally after we planting, after many years we will get fruits. But here I got fruits means I got from you a reward immediately. It shows the consideration for others means if we are having a good feelings for others, we will obviously get a reward something. Pleased by the old man's remark, Babur gave him another bag of coins. So when Babur heard those lines, again he felt happy and he gave one more gold coin bag to the old man. Again the old man said, "You have really made this old man happy. While this tree, when mature, will bear fruit only once a year, you have rewarded me twice already." When old man takes second gold bag, he said once again, once when tree mature, it gives fruits only once in a year. But you already rewarded me twice here. Babur replied, "Well said. Again you deserve a reward." When Babur heard these lines, again he felt happy and he said, "You deserve a reward." And Tenali received a third bag of coins. So Tenali received a third bag of gold coins from the king. Aloud, one of the ministers advised Babur, "Your Highness, this old man appears to be quite wise." Seeing this scenario, the ministers were shocked. So what was this scenario? Babur was giving 3 bags of gold coins again and again to the old man. So when ministers saw this, one of the minister advised to the Babur, it's better we move ahead from this place instead of losing the treasure. Let us move ahead before his petty utterance force you to empty your treasure right here. Babur smiled and began to ride away. Then the old man said, "Huzur, just cast a glance at me once again." So, saying, Tenali removed his disguise and said, "I am your humble servant, Tenali Raman." So, Babur smiled. When Babur heard from his ministers, instead of losing our treasure, it's better we move ahead from this place, he gave a smile and they started moving from that place. Suddenly, Tenali Raman called him. He said, "Huzur, your Highness," means King, "just give a glance at me. See once at me. See once at me, because I am your humble servant, Tenali Raman." Realizing that he had been thoroughly fooled, Babur burst out laughing. So, when Babur realized he fooled by the Tenali Raman, he burst out laughing. So, he started laughing. "I am not at all sorry for having rewarded you, Tenali Raman. You deserve it. You are every bit as intelligent and wise I had heard." So he said, "I felt happy when I gave you 3 bags of gold coins. So for those bags you deserve that reward. Because what all I heard about you, about your intelligence, those are all true. Babur took Tenali to his palace and showered him with gifts. When Raja Krishnadevaraya heard about Tenali Raman's triumph, he too rewarded him with gold and property. And Tenali Raman became even dearer to the Raja's heart. Where after that, Babur again took Tenali Raman to the palace and he showered so many gifts and gold coins to him. When Raja Krishnadevaraya heard about Tenali Raman's victory in the court of Baburs, he too rewarded him with gold and property once he came back. Not yet, Tenali Raman became nearer to the Raja Krishnadevaraya. Here we come to the conclusion. Children, what did we learn from this story? In the court of Babur, the king ordered to the courtiers not to laugh when Tenali tried to make them laugh. Tenali Raman brings a smile on the face of the great emperor Babur. In turn, Tenali Raman won the task. Thank you.